Uh, hey guys, it's nice to see you again. Thanks for tuning in. And if you haven't subscribed to Northgate channel, ensure you subscribe. And you can check out other awesome videos from other people in Northgate like Pasi and Akina Justin and Kim. So today the message I'm going to be giving you guys is from some guys called Bible Project, so you can actually check them out. So today we're going to be talking about prayer. But before I dive into prayer, I'm going to look at some certain verses. So let's turn to Matthew chapter 22, verses 34 to 40. And this is a place where I'll just read it. Hearing that Jesus had silenced the Sadducees, the Pharisees got together. One of them, an expert in the law, tested him with this question: "Teacher, which is the greatest commandment in the law?" Jesus replied, "Love the Lord your God with all your heart, and with all your soul, and with all your mind. This is the first and greatest commandment. And the second is like it. Love your God, love your neighbor as you love yourself. All the law and the prophets hang on these two commandments." Just as a side note, when Jesus was saying the greatest commandments, he was actually referring to verses in the Old Testament. And the first part is found in Deuteronomy chapter 6, verses 5. And the second part, love your neighbor, is found in Leviticus chapter 19, verses 18. But that's on a side note. All right, now we come back to, we were supposed to be talking about prayer. And we will go to where Jesus is teaching the Lord's Prayer. And this is found in Matthew chapter 6, verses 9. You can also find this in Luke chapter 11. Then this is how you should pray. Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come. Your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us today our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we have forgiven our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. So I'm sure you're wondering why I did the greatest commandment and the verses. So when you come to look at it, let me just read while highlighting some certain words. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come. Your will be done as it is in heaven. And forgive us our debts as we have forgiven our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. So as we have seen this, let me just highlight. Love your God with all your heart, all your soul, and with all your mind. When you look at the prayer, he starts, "Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come." That is loving God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind. And then the second part of the prayer, "Give us today our daily bread." He's not saying give me, or he's give us. So I think Jesus did this intentionally. So when you look at it, let's say Jesus diverts the attention from him to everyone. So let me just pick an example. Give us today our daily bread. So let's say for me, I'm praying this prayer, and I'm praying, give us our daily bread. But my neighbor doesn't have food. Considering I'm praying for me and my neighbor, if I have food and my neighbor doesn't, I am saying this prayer as I am saying the prayer while I'm still supposed to be answering the prayer. So Jesus is putting us in a position where we have the problem while we can still be the solution. So that's why we are supposed to love our neighbors as we love ourselves. So give us this day our daily bread is for you and your neighbor, where you love your neighbor as you love yourself. And Jesus did this intentionally. And when you look at the whole thing, you can see it there. Let's say your kingdom come. If you love God with all your heart, with all your soul, and all your mind, it doesn't stop at the prayer. It stops at you taking the gospel to other people. Let's say I'm sure you can talk to your friend, talk to someone. Forgive us our debts. That is God with us. And loving your neighbor as you love yourself, you also forgive because you have been forgiven. So today my message is this verse, the Bible, the prayers that we pray can be empty if we don't back them up with actions. That's why faith without actions is dead. So as we see, let us live the greatest commandments. And we do this by just living it out as it is said. And so the next time you go to pray, ensure you love God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind. And when you're still praying, love your neighbor as you love yourself. And Jesus demonstrated this very well. So as you go about your day-to-day life, you can be saying the Lord's Prayer in your mind, and that will remind you to love God and to love your neighbor. So that's what I had for you guys this time, and I hope to see you next time. Thanks for tuning in.